A lot of people like to keep their original doors. Whoever painted this previously had a lot of brush strokes in it, and if you don't sand down the brush strokes, when you paint it again, you're gonna see their brush strokes. We tend to leave hinges on in general because it keeps the integrity of the wood, but especially when the door is older, I don't like to take the hinges or the knobs off. So as much as I can, I try to keep everything intact and just mask it off. I always recommend doing 2 coats of paint pretty much on anything, but especially doors. Number one, because they get beat up a lot, but also because you want it to be stronger and it just keeps the integrity of the door. A lot of old doors have been painted with oil-based paint, and then a lot of times people will come back with latex or water-based paint on top of it. You can usually just do a test by taking it and trying to scratch it. If it scratches off super easy with a fingernail, it's probably oil-based paint, and then you would need to prime the whole thing. But as long as it's not oil-based paint, I usually just take a piece of sandpaper, I fold it with my hand, and then I go with 150 grit, then 220 grit, make sure that everything is smoothed out and that all of those brush strokes are smoothed out. As you can see up here, I went ahead and already primed with an oil-based primer. I always recommend using oil or shellac, something in it that's gonna keep the tannins in and keep the paint to stick, especially if there was stain or something oil-based. You always wanna prime anything that was oil with oil. You can always put latex paint on top of oil-based primer. You cannot put latex paint on top of oil-based paint. It will not adhere. One tip to not waste brushes is if you have an old brush, soak it in soap and water and use it as a dust brush, because once it softens out, it's actually better to have it feathered because it's a lot easier to just sweep it. Think of it like a little broom. You can just get a little bit of thinner and put it on a rag, just like a little bit of it, and just wipe it on the door. It will take any of the little bits of residue and just kind of loosen them up, as you can see, and just get some of the dirt and clean it off. Any kind of those wipes that have some like cleaning chemical on it is fine. When the door is 20, 30 years old, we end up having to strip the whole door. The biggest reason is because of flaking paint. If you see a door that has a ton of crack lines in it, could be a sign that there's lead in it. 20, 30 years old, you always wanna test your doors. If I think there's lead, I will not scrape it. I'll go ahead and test it, put respirator, that kind of thing, or honestly get somebody who does lead remediation. If there's no lead and I can tell that it was just an oil-based paint, that's usually why we would strip it, because somebody has put a latex paint on top of an oil paint. When you scratch it, it just comes off. There's nothing to stick to. The next step is to actually start to paint. You're gonna want a mini roller, which is what I do a majority of the door with, and then you'll still want a brush to be able to cut in all of the corners and any of the sides. A lot of people will get a rolling tray. I don't use a rolling tray. We just put a grid in the bucket, and as long as you've got a 4-inch mini roller, it will fit in the bucket, so you can still roll with the grid to get the excess paint off of the roller. You'll still want to use a separate paint bucket than what you get the paint in, so it's not full. But once you're done with this, if you don't want to pour it back into the other can, you can just stick a lid on it and you're good to go. We will tape the brush off so that when you're having the brush like this, it's not leaking down all over your hand. When you go to cut in on a door, you'll put heavy paint just to start, but then as you're getting more paint off your brush, you don't want to dip it more. You start heavy and then you let it get thinner as you go. And then as you're getting less paint on your brush, and you'll see it become a little bit more transparent, you want to go back to the first place that you started and just start feathering it out even more in the cut line. We go ahead and we cut in all of the edges on the door, and then we roll it afterwards. It's a lot easier to roll the flat areas, and then you don't have brush marks all over the door. You're gonna take your roller and just go all the way up to that edge and roll over the cut line so that your brush marks go away.